Tonight on Extreme Cinema, we present another eye-popping fantasy from Dario Argento, the leading exponent of Italian screen horror, an internationally acclaimed genius of giallo, a term first coined to describe the yellow-bound pages of the pulp paperbacks which achieved both popularity and notoriety in Italy. It's particularly relevant, therefore, that Tenebrae centers on a string of horrors which encircle an infamous writer, played by Anthony Franciosa, who finds himself at large in the city's crime-ridden capital, where his work seems to be inspiring the actions of a particularly grisly killer. Lensed by D.P. Luciano Tovoli, who also shot Argento's Suspiria and Antonioni's The Passenger, Tenebrae boasts an extraordinary visual style which is at once beautiful and macabre. Look further down the credits and you'll see familiar names like Lamberto Bava, son of Mario, and Michele Soavi, later director of The Church, The Sect, and Della Morte dell'Amore. Add to this some semi-futuristic art direction by Giuseppe Bassan and another spine-tingling Goblin score, and Tenebrae has much to dazzle and amaze the eyes and ears. Unfortunately, as with so many of Argento's films, Tenebrae has suffered a fair deal of indignities over the years at the hands of international censors and distributors. Although the version which first opened in Italy had a reported running time of 110 minutes, subsequent international versions have run at anything from 81 to 100 minutes under various titles like Shadow and Unsane. A version currently available in America has a running time of 101 minutes and claims to be a director's cut. Most bizarrely, in what's become known as the debacle of the First Republic, it's been reported that the internegative of Tenebrae was actually recut at the behest of one Silvio Berlusconi, who married actress Veronica Lario, became Prime Minister, and spent some time recutting or suppressing the new First Lady's former films. All very confusing. What we do know for certain is that the BBFC cut a mere 4 seconds from a particularly bloody hand severing when Tenebrae got film classification in 1983, with a further trim being enforced on a scene of impalement when the former video nasty came up for VRA classification as recently as 1999. The problem is that since the Director of Public Prosecutions had declared that even the X-rated cut of Tenebrae was potentially obscene on video in the 80s, and prosecutions continued into the 90s, the censors simply couldn't pass the video uncut. So what you're about to see is the current officially sanctioned home viewing version of Tenebrae, which even in its trim form remains a powerful and disturbing descent into madness.